In an ancient city on the outskirts of the desert, there were old tales of the Gate of Time, a hidden portal that connected different worlds. It was said that anyone who passed through this gate could see both the past and the future, but very few ever returned. Rumors spread that the Jinn were the gatekeepers, preventing humans from crossing unless they paid a heavy price.
There was a young man named Imran, fascinated by history and archaeology. Since childhood, he had heard stories of the Gate of Time from his grandfather, a former archaeologist. However, he never believed the tales were real. He thought his grandfather told them just to add a touch of excitement to his desert stories. One day, while Imran was working in an old library searching for historical texts, he stumbled upon a rare manuscript containing maps and ancient symbols. Among those symbols was a strange drawing that resembled the gate his grandfather always talked about. His heart started racing. Could the Gate of Time really exist? Imran began to trace the symbols on the map, leading him far into the desert, until he reached a massive mountain with mysterious inscriptions carved into its walls. In front of him lay a dark and deep cave, surrounded by a strange aura. Imran entered the cave cautiously, wondering what he might find inside. As he ventured further, he finally found a massive stone gate covered in strange symbols unlike any language he had ever known. Suddenly, a deep voice echoed behind him, "You were not meant to reach this place, human." Imran turned around to see a tall figure with hidden features and glowing eyes. He realized instantly that this being was not human. It was one of the gatekeepers, an ancient Jinn guarding the pathways between worlds. The Jinn said, "You have chosen a dangerous path. The Gate of Time is not what you think. Those who cross it never return the same." Imran replied bravely, "I want to understand the truth. If this gate is connected to our history, I want to uncover its secrets." The Jinn smiled calmly and said, "History and the future are not what you imagine. You seek to know what humans were never meant to know. But since you have come this far, I will give you one chance. You will cross the gate, but you must choose, do you want to see the past, or the future? But remember, all knowledge comes with a price." Imran thought for a moment. He had always been intrigued by the past, by the ancestors and civilizations that once inhabited the earth. But he was also afraid of what the future might hold. After a moment of hesitation, he said, "I want to see the future." The Jinn nodded and opened the gate with a deep rumbling sound, and a blinding light flooded Imran. He hesitated for a moment, then stepped through the gate. When Imran opened his eyes, he found himself in a strange world. The future lay before him, but it wasn't as he had imagined. The cities were vast and enormous, but they were destroyed. Trees and plants had vanished, and the sky was covered in dark clouds. Technology was advanced, but it had turned into tools of destruction and ruin. He saw people walking through empty streets, but they weren't like the people he knew. They were like shadows, their eyes empty as if they had lost their souls. There was no laughter or joy, just an oppressive silence, as if the world had ended. With every step, Imran's heart grew heavier. Was this the future? How had the world come to this? As he wandered through this frightening world, the Jinn appeared once again. The Jinn said, "This is the future you wish to see. You sought knowledge, but you were not prepared for it." Shocked, Imran asked, "How did we reach this point? Can I change it?" The Jinn replied, "The future is not fixed. It is the result of human actions in the present. Every choice, every decision, affects the outcome. You can return now, but the knowledge you have gained will never leave you. You will live with its weight, and you must decide how to use it." Imran, overwhelmed by what he had seen, realized that knowledge is not always a blessing. Sometimes, it can be a curse, especially when it carries great responsibility. When Imran returned to the Gate of Time, his mind was filled with questions and thoughts. What should he do now? Should he tell others what he had seen, or keep it to himself? Should he try to change the future he had witnessed, or accept it as it was? Standing before the gate, he turned to the Jinn once more. Imran said, I have seen what I was not ready to see. But I believe I have the power to change it. The Jinn smiled and replied, the power to change begins with awareness. The future you saw is only one of many possibilities. Now, return to your world and try to create a better path. As Imran emerged from the cave, the sun was setting on the horizon, casting its golden rays. He returned to his city, but he was no longer the same person. He now carried with him a heavy responsibility, the knowledge of what could be, and the determination to prevent it.